So Toka, all me remember is me and Webb and this other person in Webb. And then these people come and save us. They had a pet cat, but the cat got slaughtered. Might make for some good soup. Anyway, they came and fought bravely and saved this damsel Toka in distress. Toka then summoned my dragon. And I don't remember the rest of it. I think I lost it.
I mean, for Toka's point of view, it's pretty. That would be pretty spot on, I would think.
Okay, cool.
So after, just to kind of like start from the beginning, after, um, ow, you guys had that fight in the church. They had led you to back to one of the hotels to take an elevator downwards. Where once you got down to the bottom floor and stepped out into the area that you're in, Haysa was attacked by a giant spider marionette looking like creature. Um, Haysa was severely injured, and then as this thing stepped back and held up two of its appendages, our new characters Toka and Nadine were attached to it like a puppet, and it would appear to be controlling all of its moves. Um, Ahti, being the first one to kind of figure this out, instantly started attacking towards uh, the the line that was holding onto Nadine to try to sever it, while Ren and Bardyrn kind of moved upwards and started attacking to sever out the other leg that was holding onto Toka. The battle commenced for quite some time, and you were all eventually able to sever those ties that were holding on to Nadine and Toka, freeing them from the marionette's influence, and then were able to dispatch it itself. And then you discovered the state that poor Haysa was in, and everybody in her kind of said their goodbyes as she slowly faded away, and I believe the genie came out of the lamp and pulled her back into the lamp because I believe a couple of the members of the party felt like Haysa would deserve at least a proper burial. So the genie's in the lamp protecting her body until you guys are able to do so. And I believe that as you exited Silent Hill and returned back to the dungeon you were originally in before all this madness commenced, that you heard the parting voice from Renrick, basically telling telling you guys like you're not gonna figure this out. And that's where we're going to be picking back up. Everybody, um, you're now back in the the dungeon that you were in before you were transported into Silent Hill. You can see that like everything is as it was when you left. Your camp is still set up. There's still a fire going. Um, the area is um, very familiar to most of the dungeons that you have seen. A rather like circular or octagonal um, area. Ceilings are about 15, 20 feet high, give or take. And your camp area is still set up. What is everybody doing as you kind of come back to reality, seeing the room, the 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 world that was Silent Hill slowly just kind of fade away, and everything, this dungeon fades back into existence as if where you once were didn't even exist in the first place.
Is there food at the campsite like right now? Did like anyone leave food at all?
Um, it's possible. Um, I don't know if anybody. I don't recall if anybody did some cooking, um, before everybody went to sleep and Silent Hill took over. But there is at least a fire roaring if you want to go check it out.
Oh yeah, that's the first thing her and Mufa are gonna check out. She's sitting on top of Mufa's head.
Roll investigation.
Got a -1. Oh, cool. 12.
So you're not really able to find much, but maybe like little scraps here and there of something that appears to be meat.
She's eating it.
Of course she is. Ati, how are you feeling?
Uh, did you say what time of day it was? Is it still night?
I mean, down in this area, you really wouldn't have any perception of that.
Gotcha. Uh, Probably the first thing is kind of like surveying the area and like the camp to make sure all of our stuff's still there, and then making sure there's because obviously it's been unattended. Whoever was on watch ended up in Silent Hill, so making sure nothing's moved in close to our camp while we were not
Okay.
there.
As Ati, I'm just gonna say, as you like kind of wander around to survey the area, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. Everything does appear to be exactly as it was left when you guys disappeared. Um, and where the fire itself doesn't really even look like it's uh, like burnt through a lot of the wood. It's hard to even really tell if time between the two realms works the same.
Well, I don't remember if we had a direction we were heading when we took camp. Um, but T would kind of, assuming everybody's well rested, shall we proceed deeper into the dungeon to progress towards Renrick?
Rested. Oh,
And she's like picking her nose and like not nomming on the meat.
rested? Toka was just captured and then freed. Toka hungry. Mufa hungry.
Zuki, how are you feeling currently?
I'd be pretty much in a daze, kind of figuring out, like, thinking, like, okay, was this a dream? But realistically, it's realizing it's not a dream because we lost Haysa, and it's like we got new allies and stuff in the group. So I think I'd be probably more not really wanting to eat, but more of like just collecting myself and trying to figure out like what else does this dungeon have.
Okay.
And also trying to get to know more of like what's going on and stuff like that. Try to be also like with Ati and stuff, kind of being cautious and like we were. If all this really did happen, it's like what else could potentially be going on.
Okay. Uh, Nadine, I want to hear from you. How are you feeling after being rescued from the marionette and then brought here?
I would think since was just rescued, feeling relieved that did get rescued, but still trying to process everything that did happen and just trying to figure out where to go from here.
And then finally, Bardyrn, what's going through your head?
I think Barjan would ultimately be kind of tired seeing that Odd's doing a perimeter check. He's also reminiscing on what happened to um, Haysa before ultimately like going to rest.
Okay. So Bardyrn, you're gonna does anybody else need a long rest at this point? Would a long rest be beneficial?
Oh, no, I'm good. Toka's just fucking being a little stubborn.
Ahti wouldn't necessarily need one, but I think narratively speaking, that would make sense for the emotional trauma that everybody's gone through.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Okay, then let's.
Ahti
So
will
under
take
the
first watch.
Okay, I was gonna I was gonna get there. So as you guys kind of wind yourselves back down into your into the tents and the bedrolls that you had originally uh, laid out, all of you are kind of stuck on not necessarily stuck, but the thoughts of what just happened, surviving Silent Hill, but losing Haysa, the the impact that you feel from that your characters feel from that. We'll say that you all get like you get a decent night's rest, but it's definitely restless. It's a little hard to stay comfy with your train of thought. Ahti, where would you be sitting as you're taking your first watch?
To start, Ahti would kind of take the time to um, kind of anything that Haysa had set up aside from her instant home he would make sure to pack all that up and put onto Haas. And then kind of close to the fire, kind of sitting there contemplating um, what about him would have made Haysa give him entrust him with the genie lamp and Haas and the instant home, just because Ahti had always been the most skeptical of Haysa and barely interacted. Uh, so he's trying to piece together if that's why is he was kind of like the what's the word I'm looking for, the tactical mind sort of thing where he's always analyzing before he moves in sort of thing. So she knew that like he would put deep thought into anything before he uh, did something with those items, and that Haas was going to be in good hands, or if there was just a fluke that he was the closest one to her as she was passing, kind of deep in those sort of thoughts at that point in time.
Okay, it's kind of a lot on Achi's mind at the moment. Um, will you go ahead and make a perception check for the night?
It's 23.
You said 23? You said 23, right?
Yes.
Okay. Ate, as the first, well, I don't think anybody else called for a second watch.
Toka will do it.
Okay. So, Ate, as the first part of your watch goes on and you're dealing with yourself in your mind and your thoughts, from one of the tents behind you, you start to hear a rustle. And as it grabs your attention and you look behind, you notice Bardyrn is climbing out of his tent.
Couldn't sleep?
No, found it hard.
It's understandable. I think out of the party, you were probably the closest with Haysa.
I guess at one point.
So, anything you wish to discuss, or you prefer to process it in your own way?
I think I'll deal with it in my own way. As the Bardyrn will kind of just take a leisure walk around the campsite. Just basically to tire himself out.
Nati, as you notice Bardyrn kind of walking away to do his little leisurely stroll around the camp, you feel a bit uneasy, but maybe not enough to press on the subject with Bardyrn. It kind of seems like this might be one of those times where maybe he just needs to think. As the rest of your watch kind of goes on, nothing else really happens. It'll be about this time that fuck, what the hell is your name? Toka. Will start to like wake up and start to clamber over to your side to relieve you of your duty.
She does do like a big stretch and a pretty loud yawn. She kind of gets up and scratches her butt and walks over to Hati.
Nothing to report from First Watch. It's aside from being uneasily calm for this dungeon.
Oh. Well, that's good. Did you make, what was it called? They would take the beans, and then they would smash up the beans, and then they would wash the beans, and then they would drink the washed up water from the beans. Did you make any of that? I'm tired.
Well, I've heard that it may be a delicacy to some. I personally not a fan, and I wasn't hungry to begin with, so no. But I'm sure there's some bean supplies somewhere that you could probably rummage through while you're setting your second watch.
Okay, I'll just.
And she just starts going through whoever's bags are nearby with her butt like sticking out.
Unattended.
While Mufa is just sitting there, and Mufa's just got this, like, you kind of feel like the side of your head gets hit by the, like, it almost feels like a fleshy beanbag, and as it's the big gullet where he stores all his poison on his neck as he just looks at you with a tongue that slips out and in.
Well,
Okay, are you trying to find coffee?
Yes.
Kind of where I thought you were going with that. As you were like rummaging around all of the bags that are kind of strewn about around the camp, you find a lot of useful things. It kind of takes some digging, and I can kind of have like this imagination of Toka just like throwing stuff out of the bags. That she's she's looking for.
She's not cleaning it up either.
After some digging, you are able to find some supplies to make some coffee.
Toka wins tonight.
As she kind of starts trying to find all the gear and start making coffee on the fireplace as she's sitting there with Mufa. I don't know if Hati is still staying or not.
Aside from kind of buttering himself, I'm not sure if the displacer beast or the dragon's more unsettling, but
what?
To each their own. He would have muttered it like under his breath. So.
Oh, okay. She would have been like,
"You insult the Almighty One."
After that, he would go back to his tent, not feeling comfortable to use the instant home at this time.
That's fair. Is Baldrin still walking around?
Make a perception check.
I'll do it at disadvantage because she's so focused on making coffee at the same time.
Oh, okay.
A 10.
So you kind of like you glance up to look around to see if anybody else is up to join you for some coffee. You don't see or get the presence of anybody nearby, so your thoughts trail back to the coffee, and you kind of focus there to get your first cup going.
Oh, perfect. She just goes,
Good. Means I can drink it all.
and she just starts crudely making the coffee. Like there might be like little bits of pieces of coffee bean in the coffee, but she just thinks that's just extra bowls of flavor.
Oh God, that's oh. I don't even like coffee, but God, that sounds horrible. Well, I was looking for the grinder. Okay, as the night goes on, you hear this distant rushing of air. Almost as if like it's air just like moving between passages. I don't know if it's anything that necessarily catches Toka's like attention,
Mm-hmm.
but it is something that she can notice, and it seems to be further off back in one of the back corners of the chamber that you're currently in.
Could I do smelling perception?
Sure.
An 11. What kind of orders should she pick up?
It seems to smell like fresh air.
I thought it was a fart. That's good.
Well, she kind of stands up while she's sipping her coffee. She throws a few coffee beans. Like she uses her left hand to open up Mufa's mouth and throw a few coffee beans in his mouth before she starts heading towards the breeze and whistles for Mufa to come along with her while she's sipping on her chunky coffee.
So that's what we need is a caffeinated Toka.
And chunky coffee, that's like weird.
Oh yeah, she's like sucks. Like after she drinks, if she catches any of those like little chunks, she like sucks on the back of her cheek.
You have to chew every sip.
Yeah, basically, she loves it.
God, that's rancid. Okay, so as you head back towards the back area of the dungeon that you're in, the rushing of air sound, it does get a little bit louder. It's not like deafeningly loud, but you're able to kind of perceive a little bit more directional awareness because of it. And as you kind of follow the leader with the sound and the smell of fresh air, the source that this air sound seems to be coming from appears to be two tunnels that are at the back end of this dungeon area. So you've got one basically to the right and one basic to the left. Kind of looks like two different directions of which you could choose to go.
She kind of looks at him, looks back to where the camp is.
Man, would they be mad if I just like left my post? What do you think, Mufa?
Mufa kind of like makes a noise at you, and looks back towards the camp and kind of makes just another like little noise. I'm not quite sure what a noise it would make, but
I can see like kind of like gurgling because of his big gullet full of poison. Like a gurgling roar. But she goes,
Mufa, you're right. I should do my job.
and she's gonna take out her one of her bear traps, and she's gonna set the bear trap kind of like in the middle of the tunnel that leads to camp, And then she's gonna use some dirt to kind of like hide the trap.
Make a survival check.
Okay. 13.
Yeah, you kind of kick some dirt and dust over to try to cover it. It doesn't necessarily do like the best job, but I'd say in order to tell that there is a bear trap there, like you would have to like be staring at the ground as you were walking. I'd say like if people were using their perceptual view to see it, they'd probably miss it.
Mufa, I think they'll see it. Let's go. They'll be fine.
And she won't even leave a note. And she's gonna go,
Eeny, meeny, mom licked my toesies.
this one, and she goes left.
Okay, you're just going for it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Toka. Do you have dark vision at all?
I should. Let me see. Where would I see that? Let me see here. Yep, I got dark vision. And I'm gonna ride on the back of Toka as we're walking.
Yep, dark vision up to 60 feet. Okay, cool.
Yep, Burrs.
So, seeing down this corridor, pretty easy for you. It appears to stretch on for quite some time. Not before I'd say you and what's your dragon type character? Companion's
Mufa.
name? Mufa.
He's like a 400-pound drake, medium size.
I never actually look up what those look like.
I have a picture for him for you. 1 second.
Yeah, please do.
You guys are gonna love it. Let me see here. Mufa looks like. Let's see, right here. But imagine the green part is actually, yeah, the green part is right, but the underbelly white part is actually going to be like a bright blue. That's basically Mufa. Fucking love Mufa. I'll post it.
Oh, okay. No, I see him.
Yeah, there's Mufa. He handsome boy.
Ahti, I just saw your message. I will get back to you on that when I can.
Yeah, there's no rush because I assume it's not relevant for that often.
Yeah, I think it depends on just how often you use it. Because, in all honesty, like the main property that the lamp was that's where the genie came from, and the genie was Haysa's patron.
Gotcha. Well, and also, Ahti doesn't know shit about it aside from Haysa did some stuff with it.
Right.
That's fair.
Okay, so Toka, you and Mufa, you probably walk down this corridor for at least a solid minute, which goes on for quite some time. Not before coming down to a junction that you can that it just kind of tees off at the end. So you can go either down the corridor to your left or down the corridor to your right.
She kind of lets out a small whistle.
Oh, Mufa. Toka doesn't know if I should keep going. But there might be something juicy. Might be something delicious.
Mufa kind of makes like it's gurgling noises back at you, almost in agreement, but he seems to be looking from left to right, almost as in confusion. Is like, I'm not really sure which way to go.
She's gonna start taking a few whiffs of smell. May I roll perception for smelling?
Sure.
9. My rolls are shitting today.
So you can't tell much. Scents in both directions kind of seem to be the same. However, you keep kind of getting this hint of like stale air, but it's hard to discern which direction it's coming from.
Thinking.
I mean, if I get lost, they'll save me, right, Mufa?
If it just kind of like tilts its head at you,
Which way does it tilt its head?
like to the right.
They go right.
You're right, Mufa. Right. You're right. You're right. If you're right, then you're right, and you're right.
As Mufa turns and starts heading you down the right corridor, we're going to kind of jump back towards the camp. At this point, everybody would now be completing their long rest. You feel a little bit more rested, maybe not like the best mentally from the past events, but you do seem to be at least well rested enough that you feel confident to continue on your adventure. Who would be the first to wake up? Or who wants to be the first to wake up?
I think probably Zuki'd probably wake up.
There's fresh, chunky coffee.
Right.
Yeah, Zuki, as you wake up and you start to climb out of your tent, and you see the fire still going in the middle of your camp, you get that whiff of coffee, but at this point it's starting to smell a little burnt. But you don't necessarily see anybody else rising just yet. It appears that you are the first one to kind of get up. What do you do right now?
Pretty much just gather my things, start kind of getting packed up, getting ready to go, so that I can be ready and stuff for when everybody else and stuff starts packing up if they need help or anything like that. Also kind of wondering where the heck the next watch went to. Like, I don't see Toka anywhere.
And as you're kind of like packing up your things and you're looking around to see where Toka is or to see if anybody else is starting to wake up, you kind of feel something attached to the bottom side of your paw. As you kind of like kick it around, like trying to get it off of you, you notice that it's a sheet of paper.
Okay. Just like I probably pull it off and look at it.
As you pull it off and bring it up to your face, you can see that there's some words written on it. And the words that you read appear to be a note left by somebody who says, all it says is that I'm tired of being the hunted and I will become the hunter.
Okay, that's odd. I will then kind of look around and see through the camp, see who's still around.
Who would be waking up next?
I would say Ahti probably would be fairly early to rise.
Nati, as you get up, you get that same like whiff of burnt coffee. You see the fire still going. You can see that Zuki has already been up, kind of packing up his things, and now he appears to just be staring down at a note.
Ooh, what you got there, Zuki?
Something very odd. Take a look at it. Hands you the note, and this
And Ati,
doesn't bode very well.
as you take the note, you see the same words written on the note. That all it says is, "I'm tired of being the hunted. I will become the hunter."
Um, would Ati be able to tell whose handwriting it is?
Make a perception check.
Ooh, nice. That's actually, I wouldn't have thought about doing that.
It's 21.
Ati, having spending time within your party, not necessarily seeing people like the rest of your party like write certain things, but just by looking at the handwriting, you kind of get the sense that this was left from Bardyrn.
Well, during my watch, Bardyrn got up and had spent a good portion of it pacing the camp. Um, he had said that he wanted to kind of work through it in his own way, and it appears this was his way.
That's very odd. But at the same time and stuff, he was acting a little off and stuff in the previous.
Indeed. Did Toka mention that she saw Bardyrn leave?
I have not seen Toka.
Well, let's get Nadine and see if we can locate either of them.
Good idea.
And Ati would then go to finish putting up his tent and stuff.
Nadine, it would be about this time where you kind of start to wake up and surface.
I'm gonna come out and go over to you two and find out what's going on. I just ask what's happening.
Well, the short of it is Bardyrn and Toka are missing. Based off
Oh.
of this note, it seems that Bardyrn intentionally left to become the hunter, as vague as that is. I'm not sure on Toka. She was supposed to be keeping watch for the second half.
That is very interesting. But now who do we go and try to find?
Well, I think we should all stick together and see if we can't find some tracks or something to go after them.
That'd be a good idea. Not to separate anymore.
You'd be surprised in this party, to be honest.
No, yeah.
And if you all would like, you can make like a group investigation check, check for like maybe some footprints that Toka might have left behind.
That's a 16 for Ati.
And you said investigation, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna suck for me. 11.
Oh boy.
15. So I'll say with the three of you looking together, it's not like necessarily easy, but it it's not hard either to kind of see the scuffles of something that left from where the campfire and the coffee pot was off towards a direction in the back of the area that you're at. Um, Following it, who would be like, let's get like march order, like who would be going first and second and third?
We'll say T takes the lead.
Okay. You
Then
guys
I'll
kind
be
of,
on team.
and then Nadine in the rear. Okay. As you guys start following these tracks left behind by Toka and Mufa, was it? It's Mufa, right?
It's Mufa. Yeah,
Mufa.
Mufa.
Okay. Um, you can, as you start to get towards the back of the dungeon area, you are presented with the same two passages that Toka had found. One, they're just right next to each other. Looking into them from where you're standing, it's hard to tell if they lead in any specific direction as it starts to just kind of get dark down the quarter the further it goes. Even regardless if you have dark vision or not, you can only see up to that 60 feet. So after anything after that, it's just kind of dark. You can't really tell if they lead in one direction or another. As you guys are approaching, Ahti, make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh. That is an 11.
Ahti, as you step forward, you kind of hear, as you place your foot down, you can kind of feel as something starts to give way from the pressure of your weight. You're able to kind of dodge out of the way, jump out of the way quickly, but not quick enough as it kind of nicks the bottom of your foot as this bear trap comes closing down on it. You're not trapped, but it did kind of nick you a little bit on the bottom of the foot, dealing 4 damage. But as far as you can see now, there's this sprung bear trap in between the two passages.
Well, I think we're on the right track.
I agree. It seems very odd and stuff. It looks like it's well, I probably wouldn't. Would I be able to tell and stuff if it was like fresh, or like part of the dungeon, or just like recent?
As you kind of, actually, Zuki, make an investigation check in that area.
Okie dokie. Let's try a better roll. 9. That's not a better roll. It looks like a trap in dirt.
You can tell. So I'll say that what you can tell, just kind of like looking around, is it appears that after it was set, that dirt and debris were kicked from nearby over on top of it.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting.
So now the three of you are kind of presented with the opportunity of which way do you go?
Was there prints making it clear which tunnel was used?
Roll a better investigation than I did.
Actually, hang on. I'm gonna make a few rolls here to kind of decide.
Because I assume it went from like snow to like actual cave entrance.
Basically, yeah. So I'll say that there at this point there wasn't like necessarily footprints, but from the the way that it looks like the dust was kicked over onto uh the bear trap, you kind of get this feeling that whatever set the bear trap might have gone down the left passage.
Well, intuition's leaning towards the left. Do either of you have a better idea, or shall we start with the left and see what happens?
I think left works just as any.
Alrighty
What
then.
about your thoughts?
I will agree. We can go ahead and check left first and go from there.
All right, and as you guys start to venture down the left side of the passageway, it does seem to go on straight for good gravy hiccups. It does seem to go on straight for quite some time. It's not very long um, before you start to hit a an end path that just kind of comes off to a T, that so your directions kind of come to an end to where you can go either left or right. Here, I want to jump back over to Toka. Toka, at this point, you would have ventured on further down the right side. Um, there have been some turns. Nothing really seems to be leading you in a particular like direction. Um, but at this point, you would have been walking for quite some minute with Mufa. Um, you start to hear some voices coming up the tunnel towards you.
Towards me.
Yes.
And it's
You
like
can't-
coming. It's coming towards me.
Yeah, currently you are hearing about two voices off in the distance. They're not close enough yet for you to make out what it is that they're saying, but you can kind of hear some talking between the two of them.
She kind of like grabs Mufa's fin and leans over.
Mufa, we set up a trap, Mufa.
She's going to grab let me see here, 4 of her poison shit covered arrows, and she's gonna stab them each in the ground, 2 on the left side of the tunnel and 2 on the right. And she's gonna set up her cordon of arrows. And then what she's gonna do is she is going to, let me see here. She is then going to use a first level spell to create a fog cloud over those 4 planted arrows, as her and Mufa are going to back up from where they came. And Mufa is going to hold a poison blast while she's going to hold her arrow stance. And she's going to wait for them to go in the smoke, fall in the trap, wait till they come out, then fire upon them.
Well, it's a good thing Ahti's going first.
Okay, so okay, so Toka, as you're sitting there waiting, these two voices do seem to be getting closer, but it's not very long before you can start to make out what it is being said, at least by one of them. And the voice that kind of comes through, it's very sporadic, almost like whoever is talking is really jittery, and you can start to hear him say, "Is like, no, it. Listen, I'm sure they're still alive. Maybe, hopefully, I don't know, but they're the only ones that were alive left in this game. I'm not playing the game anymore. I'm just here, but I can get you there. Uh, and if you're looking to complete the game, then maybe they can help you too." And then he kind of pauses and says, "Where'd all this fog come from?"
As she hears this, she whispers quietly to Mufa as he leans his head down.
You can eat the stupid one.
We're gonna jump back over to the other adventurers. So, Ati, I was going to say Bardyrn, Ati, Zuki, and Nadine. You are now faced with the choice of either going to your left or going to your right. Also, who out of the three of you has dark vision?
T does. I feel like Zuki should
Same
as well.
Zuki. Yep, Zuki has dark vision.
Nadine, as an elf, I believe you should too.
Yeah, I think they do as well.
Pulling up your character sheet. Yes. Holy shit, you can see up to 120 feet with dark vision.
Oh my god.
Like, so why isn't Nadine up front? It's like, there's a gecko on that wall 100 feet away.
So everybody with dark vision, it doesn't seem like there's any tracks for you to follow. But you do also kind of get like the scent of like fresh air and like stale air mixed together. It's hard to tell in which direction they're coming from, as the smells at this particular area are just kind of like mixing with each other. It's unclear is if maybe Toka's been down this way or if Toka went in any which direction. It's kind of up to you at this point. What would you guys like to do?
I'm good with either direction. I'm pretty much going to be following Ati. Which, Ati, looking at the camera, is a chair.
He posted a message. He's laying his dogs in.
Oh, got it.
Instead of laying the dogs out, he's laying
I
the
had
dogs
the
in.
chat message. I had the chat log minimized and stuff, so I'm like, all I see is there he is. So welcome back, Ati. You're getting donuts.
I'm sure that's a metaphor for something.
No,
I was
that's
just saying, I was like,
that's
all you-
stacking donuts.
Right? Toka made them, so they might be
Oh.
crunchy.
Those might be some. You might not be able to handle some Toka donuts.
Right? They might be like, look, these are cave donuts. I just poked a hole in them. It's like, yeah. Guano.
So, Ati, where you guys are kind of stuck at this impasse of either going left or right, um, as I was explaining, like you're starting to like get that scent of fresh air and stale air kind of mixed together, It's hard to tell in which direction they're coming from, as like all the like the two smells just kind of seem to be mixing in this area. Zuki just said at this point he would be following you, so it's up to you and Nadine on which directions you guys go.
While it's short-lived, the amount of time Ahti has spent with Toka, he's gonna go with whatever smells the foulest is probably the likely direction that Toka went.
She would take that as a compliment.
So pretty much not the fresh air. I mean, it works.
He. Hold on. I'm trying to think. I got something for this, but hold on. Yeah, I guess perception would be the best thing to roll.
It's a 14, but with my reliable talents, we'll treat that as a 19.
Okay. I got a bad roll, but it's me doing it, so let's just be honest. It's good.
Ahti, with that given from coming down the right passage, you almost kind of get this scent of like musty, like wet dog, and it kind of seems to be a scent that you're pretty familiar with, especially with Toka carrying around a literal bucket of shit.
Shit, piss, puke, and body parts mixed with poison.
And this all seems to be coming down from the right side passage.
Like to the right.
As much as it pains me to say it, I am fairly confident Toka's this way.
Fairly confident Toka's this way.
I can't wait till she opens the lid and you guys really get to smell that whiff and that quiver of hers.
So is it everybody's prerogative to go towards the right?
Yes.
Does anybody contest this?
Makes logical sense to me.
Okay. You guys you turn and you start to venture down the right side. We're gonna jump back over to Toka. Toka, you can hear the voice is still coming closer, and you hear that sporadic voice kind of speak up again. He goes, "It's still really foggy. Oh, hold on, I forgot. You can't understand my tongue." And you hear the language that he starts to speak change. It's not a language that you're familiar with. They seem to be talking back and forth to each other in this language now.
What's the language?
Make a history check, but it's gonna have to be a high history check.
Ow, I got a -1, dog. Like, I'm guessing I don't have the language on my list.
I don't think you would. Let me look at
Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, Goblin, Minotaur for some reason. I'll figure out a fun story for that. And Undercommon.
No, I don't believe. Let me just double check, but I don't believe it do. No, this would not be a language that you are familiar with.
That's fine. She'll just when he's further enough in the fog, all 4 arrows are gonna fly out of the ground and go straight for the voice that's talking. Need to do 4 dexterity checks.
Okay, what's the What's the DC?
15.
Oh God, this poor guy. He ain't gonna make it. Okay, the first one was a 14.
Okay.
The next one was a 3.
Okay.
That one was a 9.
Oh God.
That one was a 12.
Perfect. Great. So what's gonna be? Damn, I got like good numbers. That's like 18 damage as 4 of these. And then let me add just the. Sorry, bear with me here. Let me just add the. 18. That's gonna be 40 damage because the poison on the arrow tips as they just shit on the ground and just like magic missiles. They just go straight at the person speaking at all 4 colors.
Like fish in a barrel, right, Mufa? Right?
Okay, as you hear your arrows strike, you hear like just this wince, like this oof as it gets hit, and then you hear the body just slump to the ground with no more movement from it.
Got him, Mufa. You can have that one. Now, whoever's in there, come out of the fog. Your dinner.
At this point, let's our new character, will you go ahead and emerge from the fog and explain what Toka sees?
Yeah, standing before you is a 2-foot tall frog. He looks kind of like this picture. Hold on. Well, not really, kind of exactly like this picture.
I like it.
He stands about 2 feet tall. He's got body wraps on his fists, or I guess his webbing in his ankles and joints. He has this, looks like fog cloud of like greenish purple looking smoke flowing around him. As he's standing up, humanoid shape, just kind of blinking, looking at you. He's golden all over for skin color, except for dots of dark blue, kind of like in the picture. And that's what you see.
She kind of squints her eyes at you.
Did Mufa get the bigger thing to eat? How are you?
Right.
Ugh. You don't talk and you're ugly. Bad combo, friend. Toka feels sorry for you. Oh. I feel kind of bad. You're already having a bad start with all of that. So Toka won't eat you, but your friend, Toka's gonna eat.
Right.
I'm glad that you're in agreement. Stoka appreciates as she dispels the fog and just starts walking past the frog to see what she bagged.
Yeah, Noob just cocks his head.
Is that all you do?
Toka, as you approach the body that is on the ground, this is not somebody that you would have met. So what you are faced is the lifeless body of somebody who looks like he's been here for a while. Long, scraggly beard, messy, unkept hair. Clothes are like old and withered. He honestly just kind of looks like a vagrant.
She's going to take out her mace Her mace is a very crude metal mace. As she's going to no, actually no, it's not. My mace is the what was my? Did I get a certain weapon from you? I have
Did
to.
you?
I thought I did, or was that just the bow? I think it was just the bow. I thought I got a mace.
Yeah.
But, okay, never mind then. And she just starts like crudely like beating the shit out of its head just to make sure it's dead before before she like strips it down and basically has Mufa throw it over her kind of like her back quarters, kind of like a horse. Like how you put a dead deer on your horse. And she basically ties the naked bashed in head of whoever it is, she don't care, on the back of Mufa like it's a fucking deer.
At this point, Toka, you can kind of hear some footsteps and voices coming up the corridor from the direction that you came. Within a few seconds, you can see your party kind of rounding the corner, facing this site. Both Ahti and Zuki, as you come around the corner and can see this new little frog creature that's standing in the hallway, and Toka strapping Jacques' lifeless body to the back of Mufa.
Well, we found one of them.
Good morning, everyone.
I got Tritos! So she like smacks the head the dented head and makes like a weird wet crunch.
I was just gonna bring breakfast back to you guys. I'm so happy you're here. Also, I found a weird frog. Is it a frog?
You found Jacques too.
Who? What's a jock?
He gets it.
That poor crazy guy.
Well,
I was gonna bring it back and cook them for you guys, and be a good host.
She'll like hacks some
I
weird.
don't think Jacques had enough meat on his bones to begin
how-
with. And
How was everybody like reacting to Toka like telling you she was about to bring back a human to roast for you for breakfast?
not very into that. Thanks, though.
With attitudes like that, you're not gonna live here very long.
And she starts rummaging through Jock's shit now, trying to see what he has.
Also, again, I found this weird toad. I don't know, it just keeps croaking, like blah, blah. So, yeah, see, it just did it again. Ah, I get it. That's all you can do.
huh.
Hold on, I need a fucking second.
Yeah, if there's any blood dripping off the body, every time it starts to like drip off towards the ground, you just see Noob like fling his tongue out like at an insect and just catch the blood and
Oh, did she fucking like the moment she sees this shit, she goes, ah!
It's Toka's. Toka earned it. It's Toka's and it's Toka's and it's Toka's.
and she's like cupping her hands underneath the blood stripping and starts licking it as like fast as she can.
yeah, he just looks at you and goes.
Zuki looks over at Ahti and be like, "We got another one."
I hate it already.
Okay, then Toka, you get to use it as a pet. Train it well.
And she starts like jumping up and down and clapping her bloody covered hands.
Yeah, Zuki, I think the sooner we're done with Redrick, the sooner we can go back to civilized society.
I'm gonna need some therapy.
She's gonna use a she's gonna use his clothes to wrap his head up so it stops leaking in the yummy juice. And she just like ties it around his neck, and it's just inhumane the way that she's handling his head. Did he have any supplies on him?
No.
You're useless.
She just like hops on Mufa.
Anyway, I did my job. I was looking, Toka was looking for food. Hati, promise. I found food, but you all being picky. But, I know Toka left the camp when Toka was supposed to watch the camp. But, did anyone ever think about looking for a trap in here? No, Toka protected you. Toka did a good job.
I would say whatever helps you sleep at night, but I feel like you sleep soundly regardless of what happens.
Probably.
She just like looks at the toad again.
I hate you. Did you bring the trap?
Oh, so it was you trying to kill us.
Yeah. What? No. Protection. Toka protects. If you fell for such an easily observed trap, that's your fault. Don't be blaming Toka.
Yes, it's out at the entrance of the cave. Did you find anything else towards the goal of getting out of this hellhole in this cave aside from the toad? Frog? I don't know. What do you prefer? I feel like you're just going to croak at me, but maybe we get an affirmative croak and a like negative croak, and we use those.
1 for yes, 2 for no.
Yeah, Noob walks up to you, Ahti, and just sticks his flipper. I'm just gonna go with flipper out, like for a handshake.
It's not the weirdest water creature I've ever encountered. As he reaches out and shakes your hand.
DC 12 con save, sir.
Perfect.
Oh, shit. That's fucked up.
It just gets better.
13, you said it was what?
12.
Oh, okay, just barely cleared. Cool,
So
cool.
nothing happens, and Noob just goes. Wah.
Why do I get the feeling that wasn't as friendly as you intended, or I assumed to begin with?
Wah.
All right then. We'll call. What do you think, Zuki, Nadine? Do we keep heading deeper in to get to the next level of this dungeon? I guess for you, Nadine, are you up to speed? I'm trying to remember.
Yes. I think so. I don't know. But Nadine's gonna suggest keeping going down the way we're going. And then, because that's where the people came from. So she thinks it'd be a good idea to keep going that way.
Whether or not that's a great decision, I don't know, because Jacques straight up betrayed us last time we encountered him.
Oh, see, Toka did good job.
But
Smiles.
he did lead us to progressing, so like it's a 50-50 shot. He wanted us to get fucked over by Renrick, but also it was the way forward, so
Right. And at least
Nadine's
we don't need
gonna
to worry
walk.
about Shockman.
Nadine's gonna walk towards the frog and shake his hand.
DC 12 con save.
Oh, that's a 12.
Ooh.
How do we rule that?
Meets it, beats it, right?
Yes.
Meets it, beats, but it goes to the attacker?
that's how we've been ruling it.
So I guess me?
Yeah?
Yeah, you're now charmed to me, and you don't get poisoned, but all of a sudden, hello, how are you?
Oh my gods, I love that.
Yes, Nadine, you can now understand Frog. As he
Yeah, you just learned the language grung instantly.
I just look at everyone else and be like, I understand him now.
Oh,
Ah,
well, that's neat.
gross.
Right.
So it's an intelligent frog. That's good.
I don't know about that.
And she hops off of Mufa.
But Toka, not food.
I don't eat everything, okay? And I was gonna make you breakfast. Did at least you guys enjoy the burnt, chunky coffee?
Oh, we just dumped that out.
Yeah, we just walked by it. Like it didn't smell good.
Her eyes get all like
Yeah.
what? Wait, go ahead.
It was chunky and burnt.
Her eyes get all like watery, like an anime. Like you guys heard her feelings as she just turns away and she takes her quiver off, slides her quiver underneath the behind of Mufa. Doesn't even say a word as she opens up the quiver and basically opens the bottom part of his poop pouch to let poop fall into the quiver.
Last
Yeah.
time I do something nice for you guys.
You just hear. Wah, 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 wah.
is there at least a translation for Nadine?
Oh yeah, he was laughing. That's his laugh.
Okay, so are you? Is everybody in agreement to keep pressing forward, or did you want to go back and go down one of the other?
They're just pressing forward since we're already this far in.
Toka believes Auntie's the leader, so wherever Auntie basically goes, and she kind of finishes up filling her quiver with poop. Dragon poop.
Nadine, did he give you his name?
No.
Cool.
She doesn't even ask either. She's like, nope.
Yeah, she didn't even ask.
Well, we're gonna head this way. You could let him know that we're trying to get out of the game, and if he'd like to join us, he can. I'm sure we'll figure out the whole communication thing as we go. That seems to be our party's plan.
I look over at him and tell him all of that. And then we start going.
Yeah, you just start croaking and making frog noises. As he'll just kind of give a thumbs up with his 3 digits.
Chris has sent you a message.
Right.
One second, folks.
Two hours later.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, as we're walking along, he just hops.
Just boink.
Yep.
Also,
She kind of like coughs, like.
God damn it.
I thought you were using a fancy word. I'm sorry. She goes,
also, the air gets kind of stale going this way. And it's also mixed with fresh air. If it was me, just Toka giving out Toka's advice, not the dumb frogs, I would say,
Right.
oh, how dare you, we should go the other direction.
I'm gonna let you all have a reaction to what Toka just said.
You said the stale air is where Jacques came from?
Yes.
Hmm.
So it sounds like more death roams that way.
Or maybe going in reverse. I mean, I heard some things before I like totally ambushed them and scored this as she like slaps the naked ass of Jock. This bad boy. But they were coming from the direction. And the frog thingy sounds like it's new to the game. So probably what Toka's thinking is he may have been coming from the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, if Jacques was leading him towards us, it's highly likely that that way doesn't have anything worthwhile. So, I mean, I'm not going to complain about heading towards fresh air. So,
Exactly.
She'll pat Mufa to turn around, and she starts heading the other way. She's just glaring at the frog as she goes past them.
Yeah, the frog just puts up his dukes.
Okay, so now you guys are heading back the way you came. Is that correct?
Yep.
And it doesn't take long as you head back the way that you came, down a couple twists and turns, and you find your way back at that T junction where now, since you're coming back from that opposite from the way you came, your options are either to go left back towards camp and the other side of the tunnel, or you can venture straight.
we'd go straight since we've seen what's at camp, unless Toka needs something from camp.
Does Toka need something from camp? Just trying to think. I mean, you guys poured out the coffee, so I guess not.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just hear, let's head straight.
Nadine, after hearing him say that, will then tell the rest of you. He says we should keep going straight.
I'm sorry, you can understand that thing. But fine, straight it is.
I shook his hand and I was able to understand him.
Why would you even touch it? Why would you touch it?
Because I wanted to. He's
And
friendly.
that's what you're a pervert.
He's friendly.
Oh, I bet.
Oh my god. Yeah, Noob just flicks off Toka with both of his middle 3 digits.
Ha! You got 3. I got 4.
Alrighty. Since you guys are going straight, I need just a little bit of preparation for this. So let's just take like a quick 10-15 minute break. Go to the bathroom, get a drink, do whatever you need to do, let dogs out, whatever. Who let the dogs out? And then we'll resume in the next like 10-15 minutes. Okay, folks. So to Okay, so to kind of resume where we were, as you decide to take the forward path instead of going back to camp, this leads on for some time. It seems to be like a very straight cut path as it kind of leads you through a couple of turns, one to the left, one to the right, but for the most part seems to kind of carry on forward for quite some time.
How long?
I'd say
Like an hour, 2 hours?
Maybe not that long. I'd say you'd probably walk down this path for a good 30 minutes before you start to see any kind of changes. Things don't necessarily seem to be getting like not brighter like per se, but those of you who've been using dark vision to see through here, um, your vision kind of starts to turn a little bit back to normal, almost as if you're not having to use dark vision as much. You start to come to the end of this tunnel that look appears as if it's at the end of this tunnel there's kind of like an archway that appears to be leading out into somewhere. Um, right now, as you start to approach it, you're probably at least a good 30-35 feet away, far enough away that like you feel relatively safe away from the doorway, but you can kind of see through it. Um, and it looks like it kind of just pans out onto an open plain.
If that doesn't scream, it's a trap. Telka doesn't know then.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
What if we haze the new guy? How about send him in first? You know, he's got to earn his stripes.
This is like her second day in the fucking group.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily throw. I guess we still haven't established your name. Slippy the frog. Does that sound good? While sending him out meets the intent and purpose, I do think we do need to spring the trap. Cautiously, of course, but
Cautiously.
not that there's really a cautious way to spring a trap.
Let me think.
Nadine just walks in. Doesn't stop. She keeps going.
Oh. Well.
Slippy, I think you're okay this time.
Yeah, whatever you are. If she dies, can I eat her?
Is anybody going to follow Nadine, or is Nadine just being the guinea pig right now?
Cautiously following, so like I don't know, a good like 5-10 foot gap.
Okay.
Toka's sigh is extremely loud when she sees Hati start walking forward. So Mufa starts following Hati, and she's just pouting on top of the drake's head.
Okay. Zuki, what about you?
I will be following behind, kind of keeping an eye out and stuff on what's going on.
Noob, what about you?
Watch him croak. No, you as a player croaks again, motherfucker.
Noob, are you following everybody? Evan, are you with us?
It's like I keep on hearing like microphone turn on, then shut off.
Is that how the frog communicates going forward?
My Morse code's a little rusty.
Right.
I'll give it a try. Beep 2 times for I'm having technical difficulties. Beep 1 time. Was that 1 or 2?
Technical difficulties. Okay, 1 beep for yes, 2 beeps for no. Noob, are you following them? I think that was a yes.
Yeah, I mean it did light up green.
Yeah, I didn't hear the beep, but I saw just the quick like.
Yes, there you are.
Can.
Aha!
Okay, yeah, I'm walking in side by side with Nadine.
Okay, side by side with Nadine?
Mhm.
Okay. Nadine and Noob, you were the first two to breach the threshold of this archway. As you step out, it's dark, but not like impossible to see. This area is lit up very well by what appears to be moonlight. As you look around, it is very quickly apparent that where you just walked into is a graveyard.
Oh.
As Nadine and Noob kind of come into this first, and the rest of you follow, you are presented with the same sight. It is very quickly apparent that you just stepped foot out into a very welly moonlit graveyard.
Toka's gonna look for any sightings of like any fresh graves.
Make an investigation check, Toka.
10.
Checking around, it does not appear that there are any fresh graves. These graveyards and all of these gravestones do appear to be pretty old.
Toka just sighs.
There's no freshies. Damn it.
Does anybody else want to give a reaction, or what is everybody else doing?
Ahti is immediately on guard.
Same.
Toka?
Yeah, Toka will see them getting guard, be like, all right. Guess we should take it seriously. She will pull her bow out, and Mufa will get kind of serious looking.
Nadine?
I'm just gonna keep going forward.
Noob, are you going to continue marching alongside Nadine?
Yeah, he'll do so, but first he'll kind of airbender style form the poison gas around him into a shadow clone of himself.
That's cool.
Dope.
Oh god, there's 2 of them now.
Dope.
Yeah, and his hands are now covered in like poison fog.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then he'll continue marching.
Everybody else, are you kind of hanging back, or are you going to keep like your pace behind them?
Keeping pace, but eyeing kind of everything as we're walking forward.
Is there a sky?
As you look up, there is a sky, and the area does seem to be well lit by moonlight. However, the number one thing that comes to your attention, Toka, is that as much as you can't see stars in this dark sky, you can't see a moon either.
She takes a big whiff and goes,
It all smells like bullshit.
and she'll kind of like pull on Toka's fin as Toka's wings will spread out, and Toka's gonna take up to the air about 30 feet above Ahti.
Okay. And are you going to do the same, kind of keep the pace behind, just up in the air now?
Yeah, like she'll stay like basically directly above Ahti while she's looking around at their surroundings. And so is Mufa.
Okay. Just move some things around here real quick. Nadine and Noob, as you guys are stepping forward, the surrounding area that as you look around you, it looks basically like a graveyard. An old style graveyard. You have a bunch of tombstones kind of everywhere. Maybe like 1 or 2 like tiny mausoleums, but it is very apparent that in front of you at the opposite end of the graveyard as you're walking forward is a kind of like crypt area, a crypt room. or like a tomb, I guess. As you guys kind of make your way towards the middle of the graveyard area, I need both Nadine and Noob to make me dexterity saving throws. I see that.
15.
As the both of you are walking forward, Noob, you see this and you're able to kind of just like with your frog-like reflexes leap out of the way. Nadine sees your reaction and tries to follow, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. As Nadine, you take a step down and you feel the ground beneath you kind of give way. It doesn't like, it's not like a trap door or anything. It just kind of gives and falls like maybe like a good like inch or two downward into the ground as if it was a pressure plate. And all of you behind you instantly hear the sounds of a gate coming down and closing the archway that you came out of into this graveyard area. As all of this happens, you can hear this rustling and groaning and the sounds of dirt and earth being moved as you peer around, and you can see several skeletons and two skeletal dog creatures emerge themselves out of the ground. As they start to push their way out of the ground and upright themselves, I'd like everybody to join me in roll 20 and please give me initiative rolls.
Tuck is gonna yell out.
The bony boys are coming in!
Ooh.
And once you're in roll 20, everybody should have control of a character. Now, to kind of give you, well, I'll give everybody a chance to get in. We'll take care of initiative first. Ahti at 21.
Man, I suck at rolls today.
Oof.
Nat
Yeah.
1.
Oh, been there a few times.
Yep.
Got a natty. Just not the natty you wanted. Oh, that's a cool background. Undead shit's badass.
I'm the yellow dot.
Yellow is mellow. But if it's brown, you better flush that shit down. Or give it to Toka. Either one.
Okay, let's see. Nadine also rolled at 6, Noob at 24. Between Nadine and Zuki, who has the higher dex?
19.
Zuki, what's your dex?
Just the modifier, or just the highest total dex.
Let's do modifier. That's kind of how we've been doing things.
Okay, so I got a +5.
+5. Okay. These guys are gonna go here. Okay, so I think I should have everybody's initiative. Noob, Ahti, Toka, Zuki, Nadine, and then I got the Skeletons. Is everybody in roll 20 right now?
I am.
Yep.
Okay, so you all should have control over your characters. You have, so if you see my flashing cursor, you've got all of these are your ground walkers. This one right here is a skeletal dog. This one's right here is a skeletal dog. These other ones are ground walkers. However, you do have one skeletal archer right here in front of the tomb, another skeletal archer right here in front of the tomb. Up on top of this little tomb over here is another skeletal archer, and on top of this crypt over here is another skeletal archer. In total, there are 14 enemies inside of here.
Okay.
And as these skeletons and the skeletal dogs immerse themselves, it is very apparent that this was a trap, and they know exactly what they are doing as they start to advance on you. Our initiative is going to start at the top of the round with our new little frog friend, Noob.
Yeah, Noob and his shadow clone are going to move up to this first person.
Okay, one of the archers.
Yeah. And he's going to punch it with his poison hand technique. $19 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
It takes 10 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
And you strike it true enough that you the lower part of it, you knock the lower part of its jaw just off as it kind of just turns its head back towards you, now missing its lower jaw.
Yeah, he hits it again. I guess specifically, I'll say it from now on. He hits it right in the kneecap with his leg flipper, his foot, and deals 11 damage.
And as your little leg flipper hits it, you can hear the bones underneath your flipper just kind of give a nice soft crack as you make contact with it.
All right, and I'm going to use a key point for flurry of blows.
Shouldn't give him the straight fucking hands.
21 to hit.
Damn.
That hits. So far, you've done what? 21 damage?
Yeah, and then 23, so those both hit. Add 26 more damage to that, bludgeoning.
Okay, where did you hit it at specifically this time?
It's kneecaps both times.
Both times. That kneecap has shattered, and this poor skeletal, as its leg loosens itself free from that kneecap, it seems to maintain its balance on one foot as it just kind of tilts its skull at you.
Yeah, the second blow goes for the other kneecap.
And you do hear that faint soft of cracking bone underneath the kneecap.
Hell yeah. And then my Shadow Clone's going to do an attack.
Okay. On the same skeleton, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm. At the kneecap as well.
It's just getting its fucking face beat in. I am.
12 to hit.
12 does not hit this one.
Damn. That's my turn.
Okay. Then after Noob, it would be Ahti.
All right. Ahti is going to kind of position himself into the center of the group there, and then attack the skeleton there in front of Noob with his short bow. 15 to hit.
A 15 does barely hit.
So it's going to take 7 piercing and an additional 22. So 29 damage.
Damn.
Damn is correct, especially with all the damage that Noob did before. So how do you take this one out?
Based off of kind of the weak points Noob had already hit, it with skeleton kind of leading a little bit. Ahti hits straight into like the spinal column where the neck or like the head and body would be connected, shattering it, decapitating the skeleton.
Nice. And as like the bones kind of just fall lifeless back down to the ground, you see like from familiar from the first time you have faced these skeletons, you see like the misty like skull-like spirit leave its body and just upwards into the sky as it disappears.
And that will be it for Ahti.
After Ahti, we have Toka.
Toka's gonna yell out her battle scream.
Many mouths speak your hunger into this world, mistress. Let me be the loudest. Ah!
And she just screeches and fires. She's gonna. I'm about. How far away? So I'm like 30 feet in the air. How far away is one of the archers?
30 feet in the air from your current position, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, the closest archer would be over here, and he would still be roughly about. God damn it! The closest archer would be this one on top of the roof. If you see my ping.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's roughly about 30 feet away.
She's gonna aim her her arrow at him, and she's gonna whisper. She's gonna say a few words in Draconic as her eyes glow green, and she's gonna fire a barrage of arrows at him. It is so each creature that's in a 60-foot cone in front of me needs to make a dexterity saving throw 15.
You said how big of a cone?
60 feet. So I'm like 30 feet in the air and I'm firing towards him. So it's kind of whatever. So it wouldn't hit you guys because I'm flying in the air and I'm aiming. Am I higher than that skeleton? Right?
You said you're what, 30 feet in the air?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would be taller than this mausoleum structure it's on top of.
Okay, so it's
That
60
mausoleum
feet.
structure at its highest point is probably still only like maybe 17, 18 feet in the air.
Cool. So this one and this one need to do a dexterity saving throw.
Let's see, first one would be a... Ouch. The first one on top of the mausoleum rolled an 8. The other one rolled a 6.
Ha! They will each take 17 damage as she fires it. There's like these bright green lights that kind of spread out across the night sky in front of her as they form into arrows, and they just come down as a barrage upon both the skeletons.
On both those two, right?
Yep.
You said 17 in total?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my action surge as I'm going to then fire my bow at the... Does a 14 hit the archer?
The same archer you just attacked?
Yes.
No, 14 does not.
Fire a second shot. Is 21?
Yes.
As she fires that bow, that arrow that's covered in her poison, the arrow shaft itself begins to radiate with radiant energy, as it's going to take 6 damage plus 4 radiant damage. No, sorry, it's going to take 10... wait, why did I roll 2 of them? Oh, sorry, 1 second. Confused. Oh,
She's 2.
why is it rolling 2? I'm just confused.
Because you rolled 2 attacks.
Oh! It, no, not that one. My damage is because of its effect. So it took 10 normal damage, and then it took 3 radiant damage. So 13 damage in total.
Okay.
On that second one. And does the radiant damage do anything special to undead, or no?
Can't remember. Are they weak to radiant?
That is a good question. 1 second. No.
Doesn't specifically say anything about radiant, but they are vulnerable to bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, it's what I just found too.
Means I get to do double damage. Woohoo.
Oh, hell yeah,
So-
you're gonna fuck it up.
So I don't think they're like weak against radiant damage or anything, but bludgeoning is one that they are rather weak against.
All good. And then me and Mufa will end our turn. Oh, how's that archer looking? Sorry.
1 second, let me just update his current health. He's not looking like the best.
Cool. And I will end my turn.
After Toka, the first wave of five zombies are going to take their turn. This one, the couple of them are going to be advancing on their turn. They can't move very fast, so I don't think any of these guys are going to be able to actually reach you. This one is going to move up and advance on you, Nadine. Nadine, this one's moving up on top of you and is going to attack at you with its rusted sword. Does a 13 hit? You said it does not? Okay. The archer on top of this mausoleum, Ahti, is going to take a shot at you, but I'm going to assume that a 10 misses.
Indeed, it does.
That would be the first 5. After them is going to be Zuki.
Okay, we are going to. Let's see. And you said, let's see, how do you ping again in row 20?
You just have to hold down on your left click.
Oh, okay. So I'm assuming you said that one's still alive, right? Just barely.
He's still alive. He's not looking the sweetest, but he's still alive.
Okay, Can I see him from where I'm at, or is it too?
Yeah, he's
high up?
fairly at the at the edge of the.
Okay, so I should be able to like see him and peg him from here.
Yeah, you should be able to see him. I
Okay.
mean, you may not be able to see like his shins and his feet, but you can see him at least standing.
Okay, because I do have the sharpshooter one, so that's where I was just making sure. But like, if he's fully covered, I can't really do anything with that. We're gonna do shoot that one. No one's next to him, so can't do sneak attack. So we're just gonna do sharpshooter on that one. Hopefully my rolls will be a lot better, because that's kind of suck if it's not. Let's see. 21 minus 5, so that's 16 to hit.
16 does hit.
Sweet. All right, so we're gonna go with 17 damage.
Where does your arrow hit him at specifically?
Probably like the head, because if it's a skeleton, ribs not gonna be doing too much because not too much to hit.
As that arrow hits him, Azuki, like you take out like a complete quarter section of his skull as that arrow impacts, and it just breaks away and shatters into 1,000 pieces. He's still standing, making some bone rattling noises at you, but he is still standing.
But at least he's not happy,
Wop wop.
right? And then I'm gonna use my movement to I'm not fond of those skelly or zombies. You know what? We're gonna go right back to here. That way, then we're not too bunched up. And that'll end my turn.
After Zuki, it is Nadine.
Alright, I'm going to use my short sword on the one that's directly in front of me. That'd be 18 to hit.
That hits.
That's 5 piercing damage.
As your sword kind of clinks off of the bones, the skeleton kind of just like rattles itself at you angrily. Is there anything else you would like to do on this turn?
No, that's everything.
Okay, after Nadine, the rest of the zombies have their turn. Let's see here. So this one, up here is going to kind of advance forward. This skeletal dog is going to advance a little bit. This one, noob, is coming up on you. Your little spectral being, does that cause like any kind of confusion for enemies? Like, do they have to attack that instead of you, or how does that
Nope.
work?
No,
Okay.
it doesn't. Yeah.
Okay. So then this dog that just moved in front of you is going to bite at you, noob. Does a 18 hit?
It meets it, so it beats it.
Wow. Your little frog can you have 18 AC. That's awesome.
God damn.
You are going to take 6 points of piercing damage from that bite.
All right.
Let's see. This one down here is going to make its movement up on you as well, and it's going to take a slash at you with its rusted sword. Don't. Sometimes. So Don, this dice tower I got from you, like, I absolutely love it, but sometimes when you drop the dice in, they just launch themselves out the bottom.
Yeah, I noticed with the D4s, they'll go out the side sometimes if it just hits the right angle.
So I'm going to assume a 9 doesn't hit you, noob. Well, it doesn't hit you. This one down here is going to advance forward. Same thing as this one down here towards Nadine's direction. This spectral being up here, though, is going to try to shoot an arrow at you, Toka.
Well, that's rude.
Does a 15 hit?
No, man. Mufa's wing just like fucking bitch slaps that arrow out of here, and Toka, everyone can just hear Toka just fucking laughing.
All right. Our last spectral being is just kind of gonna move to a little bit of a better straight shot advantage point. Releasing an arrow towards Nadine. Nadine, I'm gonna assume that a dirty 20 hits you.
Yeah.
That is going to be 8 piercing damage from its rusted bow. And I believe that's all of our skeletons, so it's going to come back up to the top of the round with Noob. You are up with Ahti on deck.
Alright, Noob is going to hit that dog right in front of him.
Do it.
$15 to hit.
15 barely hits the dog.
Alright. And then 22 to hit.
That hits.
Is the dog a skeleton, by the way?
Yes.
So that's a total of 26 damage, and then 16 damage on top. So 36, 42 damage.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, as the dogs kind of seem to be the only ones that are making actual sound as it snarls at you. You can feel and hear the bones rattle as you literally just smack the shit out of it. It appears that attack hurt it. It's still standing, but it does appear to hurt.
Alright, then my Shadow Clone's gonna hit it for 15. 20 damage. So So a total of 62 now.
God damn. Okay, how does this one die?
Yeah, so he viciously punches in all of its kneecaps before swiftly kicking its skull in.
God damn. Always for the kneecaps.
Yeah, it hasn't been covered yet, but he has the title of the Kneecap Destroyer. But wait, there's more. So I'm going to move. Actually, no, I don't have to move. I'm going to attack the skeleton on my right now with Flurry of Blows.
And all he does is bludgeoning damage. The skeleton's about to get fucked up.
Yeah. So 11, I'm sure misses.
Yes.
26 hits.
Hits.
So 20 damage again. And then I'm going to Action Surge. 22 to hit and 23 to hit.
Hit.
So 28 damage. And then my Echo's going to go again. And he misses. And that's my turn.
God damn, Noob's gonna take them all out before anybody else. Alright, if that is the end of Noob, then we have Ahti up with Toka on deck.
How tall is this wall thing here?
It's only about like 5-6 feet tall.
Okay.
Maybe even shorter than that. We'll say at least 5 feet tall. Because all it really is just like a wall to like just section off that area.
Gotcha. Seeing as Noob, or in Ahti's mind, Slippy, seems to have himself covered.
Slippy.
Ahti's gonna kind of ankle himself to take a shot with his short bow on the one there in front of Nadine.
This one right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
14, I think that misses.
14 misses.
And unfortunately, that will be it for Ahti.
Alright. Toka, you're up with the first wave of 5 zombies on deck.
Me?
Yes, Toka, it is you.
Okay. Tucker's gonna look at this archer and just shout out, "Let me show you how you can actually shoot a bow!" And she's gonna fire at it. Does a 22 hit?
Yes, 22 hits.
It's gonna be 9 damage. Is it still standing?
Like, just barely.
Does 24 hit?
Yes.
$10 damage.
How does it die?
She fires it, her arrow, her second arrow, and it goes inside of its mouth. But since there's an opening in the jaw, it goes through the bottom of the jaw and hits the spine. And as it shatters its spine, the head will fall down. And because of the arrow, the head is like halfway sitting inside the thing's rib cage, with the arrow sticking out of its mouth and the back of its head holding the skull there.
Nice.
Yeah, you like that? And then Mufa's gonna swoop down at this one right here, and is going to attempt to grab it with its 2 back claws and go flying back up.
Okay, it's going to contest this.
I mean, I would hope so, but it would be nice if it just, divvied the fuck out.
Okay,
let's see here.
so yeah, make a grapple check.
I'm just going to do a strength check. Is that okay?
Yeah. I'll just contest your strength. I'll tell you right now, he rolled a 15.
I rolled a 15.
Goes to the attacker.
Yes. And Mufa's gonna basically take it about. Let me see its movement real quick. Where is it? Sorry, where is it? Reaction. Choice. I think it might be in my feature. Sorry, 1 second, guys. Where is the... Morning Fang Drake mount? Okay. Surprised it doesn't have its, anything Drake wants, okay. But where's its, Sorry, guys, I'm not seeing where it's fucking, where it's, how many feet it can go. Oh, there you go, 40 feet. I think I have, like, let me see how much feet I have left. Yeah. 40 feet right there. I'll have to redo that grapple check. It's just gonna go here for now and float 30 feet above. I don't have enough feet to make it, but I did.
Okay, and your Mufa has the archer skeleton grappled and like up in the air with him?
Well, I didn't have enough feet to reach it. I thought I did. So I'm gonna have to wait another turn to do that.
Okay.
So he's gonna just stay 30 feet in the air.
Okay. Let's see here. We have our zombies that are going to make some movements. Ahti, this one back here is going to come clambering up over this wall at you as he kind of turns to face you from behind. Does a 13 hit?
Negative.
Okay. This one over here, Zuki has kind of set its sights on you as it comes clambering up, and it swings at you with its rusty blade. I'm going to say a 9 probably does not hit.
Nope, it does not.
My rolls are doing bad. This one is also going to move up. Nadine, does a 14 hit?
It does.
It's going to do 4 slashing damage. This archer up here is going to, now that you have moved up a little bit closer, it's going to take a shot at you, Toka. Is a 21 hit? Toka?
Sorry, I was reading something on my sheet. What did you say?
Does a 21 hit you?
No. Yeah, it does.
As it shoots you and it hits you with an arrow directly in the shoulder, it's going to do 11 piercing damage.
Toka hisses and detests.
After those zombies, it is now Zuki's turn.
Okay. Oh, we're obviously gonna Swap over to my rapier, and we're gonna smack the zombie right in front of me.
Smack the shit out of it.
Right. 14.
A 14 unfortunately misses.
Yeah, I was thinking that was probably the low.
Never mind.
Let's see. Then we're gonna actually do cunning action, disengage, and we're gonna go. Let's see, what was it? Okay. We're gonna do that. We're just gonna go right over to here. And end my turn there.
Right after you, it would be Nadine.
I'm going ahead and try to attack the same one with my short sword again. I'm assuming a 9 doesn't hit.
Unfortunately, it does not.
No, that's my turn then.
Damn.
Second, guys. Okay, so the rest of our zombs are going to move. Nadine, this one that was kitty corner to you, is going to make another attack. Does a 14 hit?
It does.
I need. There we go. That's going to do 6 slashing damage as it hits you. Let's see, Toka, you're in the air. This archer though.
Ooh, okay.
Is
it hitting?
It's a nat 1.
Oh, cool. Mufa just sneezes and it just.
See, since you're up in the air, this one's gonna kind of like wander beneath you to get up towards Noob. I don't know. No, I guess that really wouldn't constitute a.
Nah, she's 30 feet in the air.
Yeah. This one is going to shoot an arrow up over Nadine and attempt to hit Ahti. I'm going to assume a 4 misses.
You said a 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These two are going to kind of approach this way. The one that just moved up on you, Ahti, does a god damn it. Let's get it in there. Does a 17 hit you?
Yep.
That was for
Yeah,
so
it hits
that's gonna
Ahti.
do 6 slashing damage. This one's going to attack you, but it rolled a 8, and I presume that misses. And our zombs have completed their their round, we are back up at the top with Noob and Ahti on deck.
Noob's gonna hit the one on the right again.
Okay, go ahead. He's not looking super hot.
23 to hit.
That hits.
26 damage.
Pull up math. 26. No, I did that wrong. 26. How do you take this one out?
Yeah, he just busted in both of its kneecaps and before crushing its head in.
Nice. As you see that same spectral, like, come out.
Hell yeah. He's gonna turn to the one behind him now and follow up with a Shadow Clone hit. Uh, 22 damage.
22 damage.
And then I'm going to do a flurry of blows. Damn, neither hit, and that's my turn.
Okay. After Noob, we have Ahti.
All right. T's going to start off by using his cunning action, bonus action, to disengage. As he does so, he's going to kind of like leap backwards over the ledge and cast acid spray on the two skeletons that were there. They need to make a Dex 16 save.
Okay, that one was a 12. That one was a 12.
All right, they both take 6 acid damage.
Damn it. I stopped clicking on things I don't want to click on. All right. Anything else for your turn, Ahti?
Nope, that's it.
All right. After Ahti, Toka, you're back up.
It's Toka time. So Toka is going to fire her bow at this one.
Okay.
She'll use her bonus action to put Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay.
Just get a little more oomph. Does 25 hit?
25 definitely hits.
Does 20 hit?
20 definitely hits.
Good shit. It's gonna be 9, 8, 17, 22, 25 damage. And then on Mufa's turn, he's gonna fly down and attempt to swoop this bitch up and take her 10 feet up in the air.
Okay, go ahead and make me the grapple test.
Let's see.
He rolled a 15 to contest.
Okay, let me pull my. There it is. Come on, dude. 18.
Good shit.
Yeah, and so after it grabs both of its upper arms, it's gonna clamp on tight and then go flying up and take it 10 feet up now. So it has both its each arm and each arm is in each of its back claws.
Okay, and you said you're him and Mufa are 10 feet in the air.
10 feet in the air.
Okay.
And what our turn there?
Okay. Some of our zombs turns again. These ones are feeling a little persistent and are gonna come clambering up over the wall that you jumped over, Ahti. This one back here, Zuki, is swinging its rusted blade at you. I'm gonna say a dirty 21 hits, right?
Yep.
That is going to do 8 points of slashing damage. This one, kitty corner off to your right, is going to swing at you too. This one rolled a 13. Does the 13 hit?
No.
Okay. Ahti, that one's going to swing its rusted blade at you. God damn, these rolls are terrible. That was a 12.
Negative.
This one up here is going to shoot back at you.
Well, that's rude.
Does a 14 hit?
No, Toka is just taunting it and laughing and showing her butt to it.
All right, after those zombs, Zuki, you are up. Nadine, you're on deck.
Okay, we're going to turn and attack the one that smacked me. That one. 17.
17 hits.
Sweet. Or
Good shit.
six damage.
And it rattles its bones angrily at you.
Rattle, rattle.
Rada, rada, rada.
Rattle, rattle, rattle.
Anything else you can do, Zuki?
With 3 of them there. Nope, I'm just gonna stay here and kind of. Let's see. What can I do? Yeah, no, that's all I'm gonna be doing.
That fucking gif. Hey, Zuki. After Zuki, it is Nadine, and then the zombies will move.
So the one that I've been trying to attack, I'm gonna try to do shocking grasp on it.
That's this one right here.
Yes,
Fuck it up.
the 20 hit.
20 does hit.
That will be 9 damage. To him. And that'll be my turn.
Taking that damage. It rattles its bones angrily at you. Okay, this one behind you, noob, is going to swing its rusted blade at you for a 15 to hit, which I believe doesn't, correct?
Nope.
Let's see, if this one's grappled. This one is going to make its movement over here, the last dog, as it snarls at you and goes to bite at your ankle. God damn. That was a 7.
Haha.
And we have, I think, let's see, 2 more. The other 2 that are facing Nadine, those ones are going to attack. That one, I know, misses. That was a 9. That one misses too. That was another 9. Fantastic. I really need to find my dice. Okay. That is our Zom's turns. We are back up at the top of the round with Noob.
I'm just attacking the same one behind me. 1 hit. 18 damage on the one behind me.
With that swing, you're able to knock off one of its arms. The arm that is not holding its rusted blade.
Okay. And then my Shadow Clone hits it. $14 damage.
It's rattling its bones angrily at you. It's not looking super good though.
Okay. Flurry of blows.
Okay.
12 damage.
You said 12.
Mm-hmm.
A few other pieces of bones crack and shatter and kind of fall off of it. It is looking as it's still standing, but it is looking as if a good gust of wind could take this one out.
And then he hits it again with 14 damage.
How does this one go?
He picks up its arm and, like a crowbar, smacks in both of its kneecaps before shoving the arm into its skull, where the hand's popping up like a daisy.
That's stupid.
Look,
That
Mom.
would be my turn.
As it just slumps backwards onto the ground with the arm sticking straight out. Okay, after Noob, Ahti. Toka, you are on deck.
Switching gears, seeing as the skeletons are persistent, Ahti's gonna use his rapier to try and take care of the one in front of him there. 15 to hit.
15 hits.
Dealing 13 slashing damage. And that will be it for Ahti's turn.
As you slash at it with your sword, you're able to knock loose some ribs as they come kind of like clattering down xylophone style through the skeleton, plopping onto the ground.
Flip flop.
After Ahti, we have Toka.
Toka is going to fire again at this guy. Gotta show him how to actually fire an arrow. Oh, that was almost a 2. That would have been hilarious. 24 hit.
Oh, that hits.
17 hit.
Oh, that hits.
Cool. Let's just get this whole shebang. So that's going to be 13. And then that will be 24, right? Yeah, 24 plus 26. 31 damage.
31 in total, right?
Yep.
This one is not looking super hot.
And then Mufa is going to He's gonna fly. He's gonna fly 40 feet up directly.
Still holding onto the skeleton.
Yep.
And like as Mufa's going up, and this skeleton has its two arms grappled, its little legs are just kind of like its bony legs are just kicking as it flies upwards.
It's rattling so hard. And we'll end our turn there.
Okay, I kind of like where this is going. Okay, we have some zombies that are gonna take their turn. Zuki, these two are going to attack at you. 16 for the first one. That one misses. Does the 16 hit you?
Nope.
No? Okay, cool. Ahti, does a 13 hit you?
Negative.
Okay. Nadine, I'm gonna assume that a 17 hits.
Yep.
It's going to do 8 points of slashing damage. How are you looking on health right now? What? That's how much health you have left? Oh, okay. I was just curious because I knew you've been hit the most, but never mind. Apparently, you guys are a lot stronger than I actually thought. Because I don't pay attention to character sheets. Alright, after those zombies, Zuki, it is your turn.
Okay, we're gonna hit the same one. Been beating up on me. 18
That hits.
for 13 damage. And that'll be my turn.
Alright, it takes that damage, and even though you chipped away at some bone, it still rattles angrily and kind of like flicks its jaw at you.
Stupid.
Nadine, you are up.
I'm gonna attack the same one, and I'm gonna use Shining Grasp again. $14.
14 does not hit.
Alright. Well, that's my turn.
We have some zombies that are gonna take their turns real quick. So, the one up here, not looking so hot, Toka. It's actually going to fire at Mufa and hopes to try to get it to drop. That was a nat 20. So it is going to deal 15 points of piercing damage. Well, that was there we go. I like this for the skeleton battle. So yeah, so that would be 15 points of piercing damage for Mufa. The dog down here, Noob, is going to make its bite attack against you. That's nowhere near a hit. You leap right out of the way with your frog-like agility as it nips at your little body.
Right.
damn it. Let's see, the last 2 to attack are the ones on Nadine. Okay, so this one misses. This one behind you rolled a 15. Does that hit?
Yep.
And that's going to be 8 points of slashing damage. And that will be the end of those Zombs' turn. We are back up at the top with Noob. Great.
I'm attacking the dog.
What'd the dog do?
Wrong place, wrong time. $38 damage.
Yeah, damn. It makes the same like snarling, yipping noises at you as you do it. You can hear the bones rattle and claddle as you hit it. It's still standing. You heard it, but it's still standing.
$42 damage. 44, I mean, sorry.
In total?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
That's what happens when it's weak to these hands.
Yeah, no shit. Like how does the dog die? God damn.
Yeah, so he kicks in all of its kneecaps, and then and that's it. He'll leave it just kneecapless as he's gonna move over. I guess to Nadine, since she's the only one been nice to him so far.
Okay.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Ahti gave you a name. And it included,
Sure.
and he's included you in the party. He was the first to shake your hand.
This is
Mhm.
true.
The only one that talks to him. We'll go with that.
Or at least the only one that knows your language now.
Yeah.
Alright, is that where you're ending your turn, Noob, or can you do more actions?
That's it.
Okay. Ahti, you are next.
You know what? We'll keep going with this rapier. That's a 28 to hit
That hits.
for an additional 9 piercing. Apparently, the rapier is piercing and not slashing. So, if it is important, I don't think it mattered for skeletons.
No, I don't think it does either. But this one is starting to not look so good.
Perfect. I think that is it for Ahti.
Okay, Toka, it is now on you.
Haha, it's Toka time. Toka's gonna fly. Oh, Mufa's gonna fly. Just want to kind of see. This one's still alive, isn't it?
Yes, but just barely. He's not looking super hot.
That's fine. Toka's gonna fly. Actually, no. I can get 2 with 1 stone this way. Toka's gonna fire her arrows. I'm just gonna assume these hit. Okay, so why doesn't it show my damage there? That's weird. 2 of my damages have like question marks on them. So that's going to be 12 plus 11. That's going to be 21 plus 2. That's going to be 23 plus 1. That's going to be 24 damage.
on the archer up here, right?
Yep.
Okay, how does he go?
That's
as,
I was gonna say that's actually 25, but you killed
Oh,
it
25.
anyways.
It works either way, right? The arrow is like one goes through its head as the other one goes through his rib cage, and it goes flying backwards into the tree, just kind of like hanging there. The two arrows.
And you see as it's like hanging there, like little as it starts to lose its like animated like animated lifeness.
Yeah.
Like the bones just kind of start to drop one by one, starting from like the toes to the feet to the legs to everything that's not being held against the tree by an arrow.
That is not fair. It's supposed to be a trophy. Stupid skeletons. Toka hate.
This Toka's gonna fly right here. And as she's above this, about 40 feet above this, Toka's gonna unlatch Mufa's shit pouch while Mufa drops the skeleton at the same time. And she's gonna yell out,
"In the wise words of a wise great kobold, get shit on, skellies!"
Splash zone.
Well, I didn't think it would splash.
You just dropped a shit pouch.
And a skeleton.
Okay, let me. One, like, what are your hopes with dropping like the shit pouch? Is that actually gonna do something? Do you have a?
Oh, no. She's just trying to insult the skeletons.
But the skeleton
okay.
falling is
Above the shit.
is 4d6 fall damage.
That's what I was thinking. I couldn't remember if it was
And
2
then-
or 3.
Then I would say, do you roll it as give it a dex save for the skelly underneath to dodge? Otherwise, it takes the same 4d6.
I would think that it like, I think it would take like half of that, wouldn't it? Well, I mean, I guess if the skeleton is falling directly on top of him.
Yeah.
So you could do half on a successful deck, or full on a fail.
Okay, well, let me do math here. 5. So this one right here that you just dropped, since it's over here, but I'm just gonna, so that way they're not overlapping each other, I'm gonna put over here. It just took 19 fall damage.
Nice.
Times 2.
Oh, that's right, because falling is bludgeoning.
Oh, shit. Good shit, Elder.
So that's, what, 52?
MVP moment there, Elder.
Mm-hmm. Or should I say, right?
Right. Stupid.
It would be 38. Am I wrong on that?
What was the original?
19 times 2.
Yeah, 19. Yeah.
So 38 fall damage in total. I'm gonna have it do the one underneath do its save. It passed, so it'll take half.
Actually, quick question. Because it's right in front of I think that's Hottie. If he's dodging and moving out of the way, does that not open up room for a attack of opportunity?
Well, unless it's staying in its 5-foot square when it dodges.
Mm-hmm.
But one, that's not me. That's Nadine. But
Yeah, like it. I wouldn't think it would provoke an attack of opportunity because, like, it just because, like, it It dodged, but enough that it's still taking like half damage from the fall. It's still getting hit by the skeleton. It's just not taking that full damage.
Oh, all good. Just curious.
But I will say that everybody, including the skeletons, when that shit pouch hits, everybody within. Oh, goddamn. No, goddamn it. Stop making little ones. Everybody within this area right here gets splashed
Oh,
by
I
the
did-
shit pouch.
I was trying to do like a
They take stink damage.
Not my intent, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'll say it definitely does like you're not gonna take damage from it, but it smells really awful.
I mean, it's fresh poop. I mean, she usually gets to it every other day.
Hey, Toka, is there anything else that you're doing?
Nope. Just besides dropping some payloads now.
Okay. Our zombies are gonna take a quick turn. That one's gonna miss you, Zuki. Does a 17 hit you?
Yep. It does.
We're gonna roll the prettiest out of the dice. That would be 7 slashing damage. Ahti.
How do
That
we
one
do like
misses.
if it's how do we want to do half of 7? Because uncanny dodge.
You dodge just barely as it like slightly cuts you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll we'll
Do we take like 3 or 4?
we'll round it down and say 3. I would be more comfortable with 4 if it was 8, but we'll call it 3.
Okay.
Ahti, that one misses you, and this one over here is going to take its action to get back up, and that'll end the zombie's turn. Let's go back to the top of the round with our frog friend, Noob. Noob Cybot, or Noob Frogbot.
Oh, I like that.
Sure. I actually kind of do like that.
You can have it. It's free.
So are these hits? I hit both of them.
Which one are you attacking?
The one to my left here.
Okay.
Damn.
30 damage in total.
It is looking rough for wears. It's still standing. It appears to have some fight in it, but it's looking a little rough.
Not for long.
Not for long. Not for I got something.
20.
Oh shit.
Damn.
So because it's Reek against bludgeoning, the nat 20 max damage times 2?
Sure, I won't complain.
Oh my gods. That's gonna hit like a freight truck.
Yeah, it is.
Or is it
And
max
I'm looking
damage
for it.
times 4? Because you would double it for the crit and then double that.
Oh shit! Like he just hits it and it just like poofs into dust.
Yeah, so it would be like it would be double damage or max damage for the crit, and then times the max damage by 2, or I don't know.
What is
That
it?
was
Is you max the dice twice for the crit? Is that your rule?
No, I always just did straight max damage plus, like obviously plus your modifiers.
Because normal crit, you roll the dice twice.
So I would just do the max damage crit and then just times it by 4.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
84 damage.
Oh my god.
Wipe it off the face of the planet.
Yeah, he breaks its kneecaps, and actually taking both of the kneecaps, he puts them in his mouth, kind of chewing on them, as the poison saliva dissolves it down. And then he just starts demolishing its bones with a flurry of blows.
Oh man.
And
And
that's
just
his
turning him
turn.
to dust.
Yeah, quite literally. And then that will be his turn looking for the next opponent.
Okay. After Noob, it would be Ahti.
Alrighty, let's see if we can maybe, perchance, finish off this one up here. 17 to hit
That hits.
for
shot.
13 piercing.
Set for 13.
Yep.
Think. How does this one go, Ahti?
Basically, kind of like after it tried to flail at it, it kind of like whips around to like riposte, and then jabs in, hitting the spinal cord, obliterating the back there.
Nice.
A whole new meaning to blowing out one's back.
And
Ahti, anything else?
Ahti is they're gonna move up to stand shoulder to shoulder with Zuki, so we can get some of that sweet sneak attack damage.
Hell yeah. All right, Toka, that would be your turn.
Toka. I feel so bad for Ahti. He just got covered in he's got splattered with shit, and then Noob also got splattered with shit.
It was Nadine and Noob.
Oh, Nadine and Noob? Oh shit. She's gonna fire at this one.
Okay.
She's gonna use her bonus action to move Hunter's Mark, and then she's gonna fire. Oh, dude, that was spinning on a nat 20, and it wasn't though. Damn. Double fives, nice. Okay, let's see here. So the first one's gonna be 14 damage.
34.
Oh my god. Okay. You're quick. Yeah. 34 damage. She fires directly down at the top of its head with 2 arrows.
Oh my god, how does that one die?
The 2 arrows just like kind of go through it, and hit basically go through the skull, go through the rib cage, and into through the pelvis into the ground below it, just stabbing straight up as the skeleton just kind of like fall, kind of like its legs give out as it just falls plop on the ground, sitting with the arrows going through its pelvis and up to its rib cage, holding it up like it's just sitting there.
Nice.
And then Mufa. What could Mufa do? Mufa's good for a lot of things, but not when it comes to things that don't take poison damage. Mufa's just gonna chill there as I reattach its shit bag.
Alright. Then our Zoms are going to make their attack once again. One against Zuki, one... this one's going to turn its attention to you, Ahti. Zuki, I'd be a 10 to hit. Ahti, that'd be an 11 to hit. God damn these fucking dice. And then this one right here that got fallen on top of and shit on at the same time will spend its action to get up. However, he is going to use some movement to come over here and face you, Noob. So, Nadine, if you'd like to make an attack of opportunity, you can.
Question: Does it have like a whole bunch of shit in its eyes? So is it blinded?
It is pretty covered and like compacted in your dragon shit. Nadine, did you want to make an attack of opportunity?
I'll just use my short sword against him. With a 25 to hit. And 10 piercing damage.
You chipped away some bone on that one, Nadine. Let's see. After those zombs, Zuki, is your turn. Nadine, you'll be on deck.
Okay. Well, thanks to Ahti, we're gonna freaking do sneak attack on this one. Damn, 13 to hit.
13 doesn't hit.
Dang it. Yep, that'll end my turn there.
Okay, after that, it will be Nadine.
I will go ahead and attack this one right there. And I will use my shocking grasp on that one as well. 15.
It hits.
And that'll be 8 damage.
As it rattles its bones angrily at you.
That'll be my turn.
Okay, that same zombie is going to attack you back. 13 to hit. That's what I thought. And then we are back at the top of the round with Noob. You've got 4 more zombies left.
Alrighty. I'm gonna hit the zombie to my left again. Uh, 16 damage.
You've knocked loose some ribs. It's looking a bit battered.
Alright, and then I'm gonna bonus action hit it with my fist again. And I miss, so that's my turn. Finally out of key points and everything.
Okay. Ahti, you are next.
T's gonna make an attempt with his rapier on this one here. That's 17 to hit.
That hits.
It's gonna take 12 piercing plus an additional 22, so 34 total damage.
And this one is showing signs of like bones breaking and it's rattling angrily. It's not looking super hot.
That will be it for Ahti.
Okay, and after Ahti, we have Toka.
Toka. Toka is gonna start firing at this one now. Now, well, she'll move for user bonus action to move the hunter's mark, and now she's going to fire. So close to net 20 again. Oh, net 20! Hell yeah! Finally. With my net 20, You said it's max damage, right?
Yes.
Well, with max damage, let me see here.
Or I
When
guess
you s-
technically, because we did max damage times 4 for noob, I guess it would technically still be max damage times 2.
But I'm not using blunt damage.
Oh, you're right.
But that's still times 2, right? Because crit, you roll the dice twice.
Oh, cool.
Right. Yeah, so do it times 2.
Okay, and then let me add. So, I'm also going to add, since I did a crit, I can do 1 free roll. So that's to add to it. So that's so max damage. So that's going to be 8 added on to 10. So that's going to be 18 for max damage. And you said times 2 still?
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay. So that's going to be
36.
Thank you. 36 damage plus. So that's 39 damage for the first hit. And then we'll do second hit. Second hit will be 19 damage for the second hit. So that's 39 plus 19 is going to be like 60.
58.
Ah, I am.
God
How
damn.
bad I am at math.
How does this one die?
This one, shooting from afar, shooting at it. Toka's the first arrow is going to go through its mouth, hit its spine, but it's going to keep going. Like it's moving so fast because it's critting that it goes before the head falls. But as the head falls all the way into the ribcage, another arrow sticks it in the chest and goes in the eye hole of the skull, putting the skull perfectly in the ribcage.
Nice.
And I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay. After Toka, our Zoms are attacking Zuki and Ahti. Zuki, that would be a 19 to hit. Ahti, that would be a 13. So Zuki, you are going to take 4 points of slashing damage.
Yay, 2 damage.
And then you are up, Zuki.
And which one was that? The one? Was it this one or was it that one?
It was this one that attacked.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll still go after this one and stuff since sneak attack on that one. Come on, good roll. Sweet, 26 is gonna smack
Oh,
him.
yeah, that hits.
Let's make him hurt. Roll 11 damage on that one, plus sneak attack. Oh, all those dice rolls. 11 plus another 15. 26. Sweet.
Zuki, how does this one die?
He gets exploded from the rib cage. I just literally take my rapier and I just use it like a battle axe and smack him with it.
DM, that was the other one.
Yeah, it was this one that I attacked right in front of Ahti.
My bad. Hang on, I'll adjust some things.
I mean, I could cleave both of them.
Okay, fixed.
Rapier doesn't really cleave, but we can make an exception. It's a battle worn rapier.
Well, I mean,
It's a rapier that wants to be a longsword, okay?
See all these skeletons like little tiny holes in them from the rapier.
It's
Right.
his Sonic rapier.
Right?
He
That
Doctor
works.
Who'd it.
Sonic Trap ya!
Hey, Zuki, anything else for you?
Nope. I think that's gonna be it right there.
Okay, Nadine, you are up.
I'm going to try to get the one that still files. I'm going to use Talking Grass again. Yeah. Assuming a 14 doesn't hit.
It does not.
Well, hit. Alright. Okay.
Noob, Frogbot, that last standing one next to you is going to try to swing at you. That misses miserably. I literally just rolled a nat 1. Which will bring us back up at the top of the round with Noob. Noob Frogbot.
Frogbot.
$26 to hit.
Yep.
$20 damage on him.
He's missing some ribs. He's looking a little rough for wears.
I'm gonna hit him with my bonus action. Never mind, scratch that. That's my action. That is my turn.
Okay. Ahti, you are up.
T is gonna spin behind Zuki and then lunge forward to make an attack with his rapier on that one there. 18 to hit
Hits.
for 9 plus 25, so 34 damage.
Oof. And he is looking rough.
That'll be it for Ahti.
Okay. Toka, you are up. You only have the 2 left, which both are starting to look like a good gust of wind will blow them away. Okay.
Who?
Okay.
Toka, me. I thought you were saying Arca. I don't know why. I was like, who the fuck is Arca?
I mean, a building that we have for the IRS, but whatever.
Wait, really?
Yep. Arca with a backwards K.
Uh,
Alcatraz.
Stupid. I'm gonna move my. Shadow, my hunter's mark over to this one. As Toka's gonna fire. Does 27 hit?
Oh, absolutely, it does.
Roll, you dumb bitch. That's gonna be 18 damage.
Yep, that one's gone.
Who's in front of it?
Both Ahti and Zuki.
You guys just see its head. It's just like in a flash. It's just gone. That's his headless body is just standing there.
And like it even like as the head disappears, it kind of like stumbles back and forth as it reaches up to like touch for its head before it just falls to a pile of bones.
And then Mufa is gonna go down and attempt to do a sweep bite attack.
Okie dokie.
Okey-dokers. Where is my fucking dragon? There it is. We're gonna go for a bite. 16 hit.
It does.
Cool beans, spaghettis. And that's going to be 3 damage. And as Mufas will basically like hit it and then be right here, I'm going to basically it bites its it takes an arm off as it like slides next to it. And I'm gonna then shoot my bow at it. 26 hit.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be 10 damage plus his 3, so that'll be 13 damage in total.
It is looking even more rougher for wears. You were able to, like, Mufa tore off an arm. It's looking scraggly. And if that's the end for Toka, Zuki, you will be next. You guys only have the one that's left.
Sweet. Now I'm gonna switch over to my longbow. And let's see. And how tall is this wall right here?
It's only about 5 feet.
Okay, sweet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come. Oh, well, that's me. So we're gonna come right here up onto the corner of this wall, and we're gonna shoot at Mr. Skelly.
Shoot that motherfucker.
Okay.
Pitty pow!
Be like, pachow.
Just drive by that shit.
22 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
Let's roll damage with sneak attack. 9 plus 22.
Jesus Christ.
He goes boom.
Yeah, no, he definitely goes boom. How does that one go?
Pretty much it's gonna be like after Toka killed off ours, just ran, jumped up on the thing, did this nice little like Robin Hood draw and shoot it, and it also its head explodes.
Toka's doing like a thumbs up with like a weird looking face at you.
And
I nod and be like, yeah.
as all of the skeletons just fade away to dust, leaving you in this dark, dusty cemetery, well lit by moonlight, you have this tomb over here in front of you. The camera is going to kind of pan out and leave you guys here for the night.